A cheerful good morning and a very warm welcome to each and every one of you present today in the GK class. Before going ahead with our today's class, let me first remind you the same things, same precautions which we have been continuously discussing over past few months, that is in this entire session which is about to be over within 2 or 3 months. So since we are continuously discussing over one only matters, that is your COVID-19, so it must be of some importance. That is why it has been discussed all over the world, as it has created such a pandemic situation. Okay, before going ahead, still the number of cases are rising only. Okay, and fluctuations remains constant as it was earlier. But the only good part is that the death rate has been decreased and our recovery rate is much better, that is around 96% or 95%. So since as we know the here that is our recovery rate is better, so we can take it little bit or we can be little bit more freely, but this does not mean that we should not follow the instructions, as it has been already told you, as it I have suggested you earlier as well. That is this mask is going to protect you from both the things, that is the pollutants which are present into this atmosphere as well as from this COVID-19. When it comes to terms of your pollutants, basically if you would have gone through the newspapers, so recently you would have observed here, that is the air quality index of Varanasi yesterday or day before yesterday, it was around 300 something, 275 or 330 or 320. Okay, and the normal value should be around 100. Okay, so since it is twice or thrice times the normal value of this air quality index, okay, or the quality index, that is why this mask becomes much more important as well as convenient for especially two classes of people, that is your younger people as well as the elder peoples. Okay, so I request you to please create this awareness. Please follow the instructions as well as request others as well to follow. If you are not able to request to anyone outsiders, at least you can request to your parents, uncles, aunts and everyone. Okay, let us start with our today's class. Before going ahead, again I will be sharing you the syllabus which we used to do normally in every class, so that we come to know what we have done in the last class, and thereafter we'll be continuing with our today's part. Okay, since we have already started with this periodic test 2, and in the last class we have done these two page numbers, that is your page number 45 and 51. So only one page of arts and literature is left, that is your page number 57, and sports and entertainment, that is 3 pages are there. Let us see how many we are able to do it. Okay, I hope you all would have not forgotten enough. That is I'll be giving you some of the questions which you will have to solve it at the end of the session or at the end of the class, and the answers of it will be shared in the query session. I request maximum participation, or I request all the students to have maximum participation in this, because this is going to help you a lot. Okay, not only this, especially the two branches, that is the Sarai Nandan and the Knowledge Park, I request you to have maximum participation from these two branches. Okay, because rest of the two branches when we are talking about, that is your Durga Kund and Samne Ghat, so students are participating in this, but we have lesser number of students who are going to participate in these two branches. So I request you, I urge you to please follow the instructions so that it is better for you as well. So starting with this. Okay, so today let us start first complete this page number of the last page number of periodic test 2 of arts and literature, that is your page number 57. Okay, this is your page number 57, in which some of the proverbs have been given to us, and we have to match these proverbs with their meanings. Write the correct letters in the boxes to match the columns and complete the proverbs. Okay, the very first one, where there is a will, there is a way. Okay, I hope, I'm not sure, but I think in Hindi we call it "Jahan cha hai wahi raah hai." I hope this is the same proverb in English as well as in Hindi. Okay, a friend in need is a friend indeed. That is your number two here. Okay, is a friend indeed. So here in this case, what we are going to see is that a friend indeed. The basic meaning is that the friend who is going to help us in our necessity times or when we need it very badly. Okay, that is the friend who is going to last for a longer period of time or up to our entire lifetime. Okay, the friends who just remain with us only in the normal situations or in day-to-day life activities, but they get away from us when we need them. So these friends, they are not going to last for a longer period of time. Okay, moving ahead with this, empty vessels make the most noise. Okay, now here this is little bit irony also. Okay, if you go as all of you know, that is proverbs, basically they are used to convey some messages, okay, during our conversations in a indirect way. Okay, so here it is, when we are talking about the empty vessels make the most noise, this is completely true, because from both the point of view, that is if you talk about the reality situations, that is if you have a glass of milk, okay, and if you have an empty glass made of the same materials, both the glasses, you'll be able to find, just try to hit it with the help of a pen, pencil or a spoon or anything like that, you'll be able to find that the empty glass will be producing much more noise as compared to your glass which is filled with water or milk or anything other than that. So this is the basic concept, that is an empty vessels makes much more noise. The irony part, or where we basically use it, is that is the person who is not rich enough. Okay, now here rich basically means in terms of money, in terms of behavior, in terms of culture, in terms of knowledge and everything. Okay, I'm not, this is not specific to only one part, that is in terms of money only or in terms of culture only. Okay, this includes all the things. That is, if a person is rich in all the activities, all the knowledges, all the cultures, behaviors and everything, okay, so that person is not going to create any kind of panic situation, or he is not going to create problems, he is not going to shout in the public, he is not going to create any kind of situation which becomes a nuisance for him. Okay, but here in this case, when we are using it, okay, so the person who is not having any kind of knowledge, not having any kind of culture, behavior, he is going to make much more noise, or he is going to pretend himself, he will try to show himself that he is much more smarter than others as well. Okay, let us start with let us go ahead with the next part. So here is that a man is as old as he feels. Okay, now see, here also both the things are there, that is the real life situation and the irony, that is how we use it. Okay, if I feel that I am now I am old enough, now I will not be able to do work also, so the same things will be followed by me as well. But if I think that no, though I am old but still I have some energy, I have some power, I can do this work, it does not matter about the age factor or anything like that, so of course you will be able to do the task and you will not be getting hesitated, or you will not be a part of failure. Okay, so here basically the meaning is that a man is as old as he thinks himself. देखिए, मतलब जैसा वो महसूस करता है या जैसा वो सोचता है, आदमी उतना ही बुढ़ा हो जाता है और उतना ही वो पुराना हो जाता है. Okay, basically here in this case I would like to correlate this part with one of the situations from foreign countries as well. If you would have a survey, or if you just try to observe the daily routines of the elderly people of foreign countries as well as from India, you'll be able to find that old peoples or your elder peoples, they try to work much more as compared to the people from India, because they think that at the older ages or in the older ages, okay, the more we do work, the more fitter we will be in our day-to-day life activities. That is, we will be free from any kind of problems. Okay, you must have seen that people not only they take care of themselves, but they also be a part of various activities till the end of their life as much as possible. Okay, moving ahead with this. Next we have an idle brain is a devil's mind, I hope. Okay, number 5. Okay, is a devil's workshop. Okay, now that is when we are talking about here an idle brain, when we are talking about, so ये बहुत ही कॉमन है हम लोग के केस में भी, ठीक है. जैसे हम लोग का क्या है, idle brain basically means the brain which is not creative, or you are not focused, you are not concentrated, you do not have a goal or anything like that. Okay, in that case what happens, we generally think of some rubbish kind of activities, either hatred for others or creating some kind of nuisance which is going to harm other people, or any kind of activities which is going to harm or which is not good for the other people. Okay, so basically this is that khali dimag shaitan ka ghar. Okay, this is basically in Hindi it is known as. So we should keep on thinking some positive thoughts only, even when we are in adverse situations. Okay, and apart from this, the best example is that we keep on focusing. जैसे हम लोग आपस में भी देखते हैं, तो आप क्या सोचते हो कि ठीक है, अरे उसका मार्क्स ज़्यादा आया, अरे उसका मार्क्स कम आया, अरे मैं उससे तेज हूँ, मैं उससे ठीक है कम हूँ, ठीक है, ये कम ज़्यादा तेज धीमा, whatever it is, this is a part of that idle brain only. Because if you are concentrated enough, it does not matter, you are giving your best as per your potentials, you are able to score maximum. Okay, so it does not matter whether we are, that is basically the meaning is that we should not be bothered about others, we should not care for others, what they are going to feel about us or what they are going to think about us. It is basically that we should be concentrated enough, we should follow our own dreams, our own aims with a proper hard work and in a proper direction. Moving ahead with this, we have a penny saved is a penny earned. Okay, now see, two situations are there. Like this is also a part of this is the perfect proverb for this situation, pandemic situation, which has been created by COVID-19. As all of us we know that a penny saved is a penny earned. ठीक है, अगर हम लोग पैसे कमा नहीं सकते हैं तो at least we can save them, and this is going to be a earning for them only. Okay, ठीक है, जैसे हम लोग को अभी मतलब जितने भी पीपल्स थे उनकी जॉब्स चले गए, ठीक है, उनको सैलरी नहीं मिला, उनको जॉब से निकाल दिया गया, या बहुत सारी ऐसी चीज़ें हुई हैं. पीपल लॉस्ट देयर जॉब्स बेसिकली इन दिस सिचुएशन. ओके, so what happened, how they are going to run their family? They are either working somewhere at lesser expenses or lesser salary, and at the same time they are utilizing the savings which they have saved over that past experience, past working hours. Okay, जितना पैसा उन लोगों ने पिछले जब तक वो काम कर रहे थे उन्होंने बचाया था, they all are spending the same amount so that they be on a safer side and they are able to carry out the basic livelihood of their children's, of their family and everyone. Is that clear? So moving ahead with this, okay, that is I request you as well. Okay, I am not going to focus much more on this because all of you are mature enough. Okay, you must have understood here, that is the amount of money, the expenses which are being done on you by your parents, they are much more. Okay, and they are enough to feed, they are enough to take care of one or two children who are present outside. That is, if you lower down your expenses, if you cut down your expenses, if you try to if you try to save a penny, okay, or some amount of money or food or clothes or anything like that, whatever you are going to save or cut down your expenses, that is can be utilized for the betterment of the other students who are really curious enough, who also want to study and wanted to achieve something. Okay, not only this, but people also slowly, that is at the end of their life, when they are not able to work or anything, whatever their savings are there, they used to invest it either for the construction of houses or for anything like that, business or anything which they are able to carry it out, or in which they used to keep themselves engaged during their later ages or the older times. Moving ahead with this, barking dogs seldom bite. Okay, like I hope this is only their seventh one. Barking dogs seldom bite. Okay, so in this case also in Hindi this is a very common one, that is भौंकने वाले कुत्ते काटते नहीं हैं. That is the people who used to boast anything. ठीक है, मैं ये कर लूँगा, मैं वो कर लूँगा, मैं इसको मार दूँगा, मैं उसको मार दूँगा. These people generally do not do anything. That is, they do not do these things which they are completely boasting. Boasting का basically हिंदी में meaning होता है बहुत लंबी लंबी हाँकना, डींगे हिलना. ठीक है, ये सब common languages हैं हमारे. So basically the thing is that if I want to teach here, okay, so I will be teaching it. I don't have to shout at every places that yes I can teach, I can teach, I can teach. No, okay, I have to do this work. I'm doing it. I don't have to show, I don't have to do any pomp and show, or I don't have to spread this awareness among the people that yes I can teach, yes I can teach. It is of no use for us. Okay, so I request you also to please do all these things. Please pay attention, because you all can do. Instead of boasting, okay, you must have seen that some of the students, they remain silent, they remain quiet enough in the class, but when you talk about the percentages, they are able to secure a lot better percentage as compared to some of the peoples, or sorry, basically some of the students who used to be or pretend to be very much studious enough. ओके तो हमें दिखाना नहीं है कि हम बहुत पढ़ने में तेज हैं, हमें करके दिखाना है, बिकॉज अल्टीमेटली द लास्ट पार्ट, दैट इज योर नॉलेज एज वेल एज द रिजल्ट मैटर्स. मूविंग अहेड विद दिस, वी हैव नेक्स्ट वन, एन आइडल ब्रेन, पेनी बार्किंग डॉग, अ बर्ड इन हैंड. ओके, नेक्स्ट वन वी हैव अ बर्ड इन हैंड इज वर्थ टू इन द बुश. Okay, I don't have any idea regarding this one, so I will not be able to explain this one. Next one, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, I hope this is somewhat related to your unity and everything. Okay, every cloud has a silver lining. Number 10. Okay, every cloud has a silver lining. This is basically related to your hope. Okay, that is, if you have a little bit of hope as well, that is, yes I can do this thing. Okay, so that hope, it can help you to secure that, to achieve that. It is not only necessary that if I am boasting enough or if I am telling enough, so I will not be able to do, or I cannot do it. But if you think, if you have a little 1% chance also, that is, yes I can succeed in this part, okay, so you should go for it, because that can be a silver lining for you. You may become successful in that. Moving ahead with this, we have every cloud, charity begins at home. Okay, this part number 11. Okay, now see, ये मतलब आज के सिचुएशंस में बहुत ही ज़्यादा कॉमन है. ठीक है, इस पे हम जितनी भी बातें करें, ठीक है, बहुत ही कम है. ठीक है, क्योंकि बेसिकली व्हाट यू आर एबल टू फाइंड इज दैट मोस्ट ऑफ द पेरेंट्स, स्टूडेंट्स, द मेल एज वेल एज द फीमेल मेंबर्स, they are preferring to be a part of the nuclear family. Nuclear family means लोग individually रहना चाहते हैं, separate रहना चाहते हैं, single रहना चाहते हैं. They don't want to be a part of that entire family with their fathers, mothers, or with their entire parental generations. ठीक है, दादा दादी, uncle, auntie, all these peoples, they prefer to go for a nuclear one. सब अलग अलग रहना चाहते हैं. They don't want to be a part of one together. Okay, out of them, some people, instead of spending money, utilizing money, or doing something good in their own homes, they try to do a lot of things out of their homes. That is, either giving lot of things to the poor peoples, either trying to show intentionally or unintentionally. Okay, charity begins at homes means what? First you should think about your home, and then you should think about someone who is outside. Okay, because all of you know that our government is not so much enough, not so much poor enough that it is not able to feed the entire population. Okay, the government is providing all the necessary requirements, but it completely depends on the people of India. Okay, if you would have seen the beggars, okay, childrens are there, free education has been provided up to class 8th, but the beggars don't send their children to the school. Why? Because they used to keep them with themselves, so that he also or she also is going to earn some money, and they are going to just utilize it. Okay, that same money can be utilized for education as well, but no. Okay, so these are some of the problems. So that is why, unless and until the people, the citizen of India is going to be educated enough, understand, they are able to be mature enough, if treating all the public properties to be their own properties, then only the growth and development of our country will be on a boom. Okay, next one, all that glitters is not shine. All that glitters, number 12, is not gold. Sorry, all that glitters is not gold. This means here, ठीक है, मतलब हर चमकती हुई चीज सोना नहीं होती, इसका हिंदी में ये मतलब है. ओके, द बेसिक मीनिंग इज दैट इफ द पर्सन प्रिटेंड्स, या आपको कोई देखने में ऐसा लगता है कि ठीक है, हाँ ये बहुत ही खुश है, ठीक है, या बहुत ही पढ़ने में तेज है, तो हर केस में ऐसा जरूरी नहीं है कि ये मतलब ट्रू हो. ठीक है, अगर आपको लगता है वो सामने से ऐसा दिखाई दे रहा है कि हाँ वो पढ़ने में बहुत तेज है, लेकिन ऐसा हो सकता है कि वो पढ़ने में तेज ना हो, वो एक नॉर्मल स्टूडेंट हो. ओके, आपको देखने में किसी को लगता है कि वो बहुत ही फ्री है, ठीक है, बहुत ही खुश है, बट मे बी इट इज पॉसिबल दैट ही मे नॉट बी हैप्पी फ्रॉम इनसाइड, जस्ट प्रिटेंडिंग टू बी हैप्पी आउटसाइड. ओके, सो दिस इज द बेसिक मीनिंग, दैट इज ऑल दैट ग्लिटर्स. हर चमकती हुई चीज सोना नहीं होती है, मतलब जो दिखाई देता है, कोई जरूरी नहीं कि हर सामने होने वाली चीज सही हो या असली हो. ठीक है, एवरी डॉग. नेक्स्ट वन वी हैव नंबर 13, एवरी डॉग हैज इट्स डे, मतलब हर कुत्ते का दिन आता है. ओके, इन हिंदी में हम बोलते भी हैं इसको. एंड एवरी डॉग हैज इट्स डे मीन्स व्हाट, दैट इज वी बेसिकली डू नॉट केयर अ लॉट फॉर द डॉग्स. बेसिकली व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्ट्रीट डॉग्स और एनीथिंग लाइक दैट, ये नेचुरल मीनिंग मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ. ओके, बट द कंसेप्चुअल मीनिंग और द प्रोवर्ब विच इज बीइंग बेसिकली यूज्ड इज दैट कि सबका दिन आता है. आज अगर मैं प्रॉब्लम में हूँ, आप बहुत खुश हो, तो इट इज नॉट लाइक दिस दैट आई विल ऑलवेज रिमेन इन द सेम प्रॉब्लम्स एंड यू विल ऑलवेज रिमेन हैप्पी. वन डे विल कम व्हेन यू विल आल्सो बी इन अ प्रॉब्लम and my days are going to return back, that is I will be happy. Okay, so we cannot say this thing for sure, that is I will remain happy for the entire life, I will remain sad for the entire life. No, anything can happen. Time can turn, time can show you the twists and turns, and you must have observed it as well. Okay, till 2019 or till 2020 January, February, everything was okay. It was a little bit hint that is this COVID is spreading with a very faster rate, but just immediately after 2 months what happened? Okay, the entire scenario got changed. Okay, why? Because it all shut off, the entire economy, jobs, education, transportation, and everything was shut off. Okay, so we don't know what this time is going to bring for us. We can just hope for the best. Okay, do not, okay, all that glitters, every dog, do not do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. No idea regarding this one, you can just ask to your English teacher, or if you know the meanings, please do let me know in the query sessions, or when tomorrow when we will be meeting ahead in the Zoom classes. Okay, next one what we have is here is fools rush in where angels fear to tread. Okay, जहाँ बुद्धिमान लोग भी जाने से डरते हैं, okay, वहाँ मूर्ख लोग भी दौड़ पड़ते हैं. Okay, this is basically the meaning here. Cross the stream where it is the shallowest. ठीक है, shallowest basically means जहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा गड्ढा ना हो. Okay, so cross the stream basically means हमें वहीं जाना चाहिए जहाँ पे वही काम करना चाहिए जिसमें मैक्सिमम डेंजर न हो, ठीक है। हम अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को उतने ही एक्सप्लॉइट करें या फिर उतने ही अच्छी तरीके से उसके तरफ बढ़ें, उसको ठीक करने की कोशिश करें, बट इस चीज़ का ध्यान रखते हुए कि वी डे नॉट गेट इनटू मच मोर डेंजर ऑफ इट। नेक्स्ट वन वी हैव, इट नेवर रेन्स एज इट हेल्स, आई थिंक सो, sorry, 17th one. Okay, it never rains but it pours. Okay. Basically it is, the meaning here is that rainfall अपने आप नहीं होती है, but basically when the clouds become heavier they start falling them, that is they start pouring down their contents to the earth's surface. Okay, and that is completely true as well. Variety is the spice of life. Okay, if there is no variety we will not be feeling excited, as well as this variety is not applicable to each and everything. This also remember it. ऐसा जरूरी नहीं कि ये variety हर एक चीज में जरूरी हो. No, some things has to be constant enough. Your behavior should be constant enough. Okay, it should not have variety in it. Okay, आप मेरे सामने कुछ और, अपने पेरेंट्स के सामने कुछ और, दोस्तों के सामने कुछ और हैं, so you're not a people or you're not a man of worthy, you're not a student of worthy. Okay, some things in life, culture, behavior, your punctuality, these things should be constant. The darkest hour is just before the dawn. Okay, darkest hour basically means just before the dawn. Dawn basically, I hope it is the morning. भोर में जब हम बोलते हैं, मतलब सूरज निकलने से पहले जो अंधेरा होता है, दैट इज योर डार्केस्ट आवर, बिकॉज वो एंड होता है. ओके, अ लिटिल नॉलेज is a dangerous thing, right? It's absolutely right with this. Okay, I completely agree, because if you have a little knowledge and you start experimenting with that, so you are going to be in trouble as a result of that. So I request you to have proper knowledge related to whatever the experiments you are doing, related to whatever study you are doing, and then only try to suggest anything. Okay, because this will be much more useful for you as well as others to whom you are going to suggest it. Moving ahead with the fact file we have here, that is, discuss each of these proverbs in class. Which of these do you agree with? Give reasons for your answers. That's it. Okay, now we'll be going ahead with the current affairs. Okay, Indian journalist author Raj Kamal Jha wins Rabindranath Tagore Literary Prize 2020. Okay, he is an Indian journalist and author, and he has won the prize for his novel The City and the Sea. The announcement was made on December 9, 2020 by the book publisher Peter Bundalo. The winner of the prestigious prize was announced virtually in Denmark due to the ongoing pandemic. The book by Raj Kamal Jha is based on Nirbhaya rape and murder case which took place in December 2012. Okay, that is 2012. National Health Mission to be rolled out in India in January 2021. This is going to provide unique health IDs to each individual. These health IDs will work as a health account of the individual, comprising the past medical records, which include treatment, diagnosis, and health conditions. The policy will be only notified after it received approval from the Union Health Minister Harsh Vardhan. Next we have Orcha Gwalior in Madhya Pradesh included in UNESCO's World Heritage Cities list. That is, these two cities has been included in the UNESCO's World Heritage City. The inclusion of both the cities is a major achievement for the state, that is for the Madhya Pradesh. The UN agency along with the tourism department of the state will be making a master plan for the beautification of these two cities. The team will be visiting Madhya Pradesh in 2021 and will work on the master plan for the development and conservation. If you go ahead with this one, a little bit I would like to say here regarding this National Health Mission. This is going to be a boon for us, okay, because हम डॉक्टर्स को दिखाते हैं, डॉक्टर्स हमें कुछ प्रिस्क्रिप्शंस लिखते हैं, कुछ दवाएं लिखते हैं, ठीक है. जब हम ठीक हो जाते हैं तो हम उसे फेंक देते हैं और वी डू नॉट कीप इट वेरी सेफली, एंड व्हेन वी स्टार्ट सफरिंग अगेन, और या फिर हम उसी डॉक्टर के पास दोबारा कभी जाते हैं और वो पूछता है कि ऐसी कौन सी दवाई थी या मैंने कौन सी दवा लिखी थी, so you are not able to recall it. So with this you will be having the complete detail from your birth up to your death, all the illness, treatments, diagnosis, and everything. Okay. Moving ahead with this. IPL most searched word in India on Google in 2020. Okay. It shows that Indians searched up for the World IPL more than the deadly COVID-19 pandemic. In India, under the most searched personality on Google in 2020, the top place was acquired by US President-elect Joe Biden. Okay. One nation, one card scheme system successfully implemented in 9 states. This is also going to be a boon for us, a successful plan for us. As you know, we will not be having a different ration card for different states. Okay, we'll be having one ration card with which we will be able to utilize it for the entire nation wherever we go in India. The achievement has been made possible because of the support by the central government that strengthened the states by providing financial resources amid the challenges posed by the pandemic. The scheme aims at ensuring that the beneficiaries, especially the migrant workers, can get food grains from any fair price shops in the country. Okay, so this was there. Next, just please be ready for your cell phones or anything. Please take the screenshot of this part. The questions, answers will be provided to you a little later. Three questions are there. I request you to please do it quickly. Question number 1, question number 2, as well as question number 3. This is also simplify only, the last part. So please write it down quickly as soon as possible, or please take the screenshot or the picture of this one. "30 more seconds, that's it, not more than that. That's it. I cannot give you much more time than this. Okay, so I hope all of you would have taken the screenshot or the picture or anything like that, and you all will be there with the answers in the next class, in the query session just after around 12 o'clock, okay, afternoon. This here is also basically you'll be putting the sign of these operations and then you are going to solve it. That's it. Simplify, all of you know. This is also a part of simplification only, basically related to little bit of percentage. Okay, that's all for today. Okay, I hope you would have enjoyed the class, and I hope you are going to solve all these questions, especially the 2 branches. Remember, it is my humble request from these 2 branches to have maximum participation in the class as well as in the questions or anything which has been provided by us. That's all for today. Have a superb day ahead, and thanks a lot for being with me.